Alrighty, and we're back. So this video we're gonna be looking at Lojak. He's a little bit different than Takedar. My card setup from the previous video for Takedar will work just fine, and I'll go over that again. His debuff is just a tad bit different, but it's nothing too detrimental, so that'll be nice. For Lojak, we'll be attacking all except for the left hand. Now, the reason for this is because if we take his total body HP, which is the 186.9, and then the total HP that he actually has, the way his arms are, because they're split in four, we can actually avoid attacking one of his four arm segments, if that makes sense, and still kill him, which means that we can also avoid one arm portion of armor, and that would be about 8 million, close to 9 million points of damage, which I know, for example, Nintendo, that can be one of his like full attack cycles just because he's hitting that high. And so like for clan members who maybe aren't dishing out that much damage, that can be like maybe 2 of our clan members just attacking one piece, trying to break that one piece of armor. And so like that can be huge. It's a lot of it's a lot of damage that we can avoid. And so I'll go over some of my attack strategies for Lojak, although they're really similar to Takedar. Again, I'll typically use a head deck, and then I'll use the torso deck, and then this deck will be for either, this is my burst deck again, depending on whether it's armor or not. Switch out the armor card for a body card. I'll use that on body, and then I'll use this one on limbs. Oops, not that. Prismatic Veil and Swamp of Inspiring Force. Lojak has a lot more torso HP than Takedar does. Takedar's a bit more, balanced, I guess. So if you want to, what you could do is, if you decide maybe the torso has a little too much HP for my liking, I want to knock it down a bit, doing 2 torso attacks would be totally fine. Because as we can see here, like, we will be taking out his legs, that's a guaranteed. He has double HP from legs to torso. So if you did want to put in 2 attacks on the torso, that'd be cool. You don't have to, by any means. Definitely attack how you want. As I mentioned in my Takedar video, I would still try to spread out your damage, so definitely not just like slamming one body piece, because that can really limit the decks that other people have. It's much harder to make like limb decks, for instance. It'd be harder to make like if we destroyed everything except for his one except for his torso. It'd be really tough to make 4 torso decks that all work together, especially if it's like just body, there's no armor at all. If it went from armor to body, then it'd be a different story. But if it's just body, then you'll burn through supports really fast. You'll burn through all your good bursts, and next thing you know, you have maybe just one, if you're lucky, 1 attack or 2 attacks left, and it's like, well, damn, now I don't really have any good cards. And next thing you know, you start resorting to cards that you might not level up, and now it turns into a matter of I'm only hitting like 500, 600,000, if your good days are like 1.5, 1.6 mil, you're hitting like 3 times less damage just because your cards aren't working out. So definitely trying to distribute your cards, or distribute your attacks. But if you did want to prioritize 2 attacks on the torso for Lojak, that should be fine. But still trying to distribute those would definitely be better practice. Next video is going to be Tarot, and this one's personally one of my favorites.